For the past 30 days, I've been doing Valorant coaching from someone who is a Radiant player. His name's Ace23. I'll link him down below in the description. Right now, I'm sitting right at Silver 1 on the precipice of going back down to Bronze 3, but I am ready to solidify in Silver eventually, sometime this week. So looking back at the past month, the progress has been sort of crazy. I started at Bronze 1, dropped down to Iron 3 for like a week, climbed out of there. I ended up with a few games in Bronze 3 at the end there. The start of this act, I started in Bronze 3 and then have been going in between Bronze 3 and Silver. I'm pretty solid at this line here. If I get to Silver 2, then it's like safe, but not yet. So in the beginning, I knew nothing about the game. I played unrated and death matches, but it really didn't mean anything. Like, I didn't understand anything. So the first coaching session, he taught me the difference between like the different roles of agents in the game.
There's Initiator, which you're playing now. You're shooting that recon dart to initiate the push. There's controllers for the smokes. You know, you're controlling for your team where they're gonna go and what angles they're gonna be. I have to clear.
Yeah, you got duelists, initiators, controllers, sentinels. Those are the 4. Now I like understand it, sort of. There's definitely a lot that I don't get still. Something that I'm just gonna have to work on. So yeah, first week we talked about sensitivity. So we lowered my sense a bunch.
That looked pretty good. I mean, it looked like you struggled a little bit, like making sure your crossover was on the head every time. I think you should try maybe 3-3 or something around that. Yeah, I can see already he's helping.
I'm not overshooting as much.
Yeah, definitely.
He taught me things like make sure you're always aiming at the head, because before I was just looking at the ground. My mini-map awareness was really bad and I never used it. And trying to be silent, which I'm not quite there yet. And then you get to go in and I don't know, you can get an initiator to check these close corners so you don't just get banged by a guy, shorty over here. Definitely a teamwork kind of game. I played a lot of Sova. That's basically what I did. And I understood how to like shoot arrows and stuff. So just duelist and initiator. We didn't really talk about controllers. Sort of talked about the role of them, like they'll provide smokes and cover and entry and just make entering site easier and more map control. And we talked about Sentinel, where they sort of anchor a site and defend it and make sure that there's enough time for your teammates to rotate. Second week, we went over some VOD reviews. I have so many VODs of just everyday VODs. We talked a lot about utility and how to get value out of utility and making sure I like actually try and use things like my drone. Should be using that a lot just to make sure things are safe. Gotten banged by a dude sitting here before. Unfortunate. Probably should have drawn that. Also talked about watching pro games and learning from that, learning strategies. We looked at this website too about strategies. There's so much stuff. It's like overwhelming. All right, third week was fun. Third week we did a lot of hearing things. I'm pretty new to FPSs, so hearing is like not my thing. Like this makes a different sound than this. And different abilities make different noises and different ults make different sounds. So there's just a lot of audio cues. Even people shooting you can hear from right across the map. So we went into a map. I would sit here facing this wall like this. And he would go around and shoot or walk, and I would have to be like, okay, he is in B main, or he is in CT. Like that's on my left. I can hear that now. Before, I would sort of just run around and I hear things, I just don't know where they are. So now my hearing has gotten better. I have normal human hearing, it's just in-game hearing I struggled with a little bit more. So that's improving. And then fourth week, we just sort of analyzed my decision making. I still panic a lot in games, a lot of panicking, a lot of defensive positioning issues. Like I just don't know if I should be like in a passive place or in an aggressive angle like this, or I would take one and done angles like this, and then that's it, I die. So just talking about like different off angles versus one and done angles. I've been playing a lot of Phoenix recently, so I have been taking more aggressive positioning. So I'm starting to look like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Like I feel confident sometimes. Yeah, sometimes is a key word here. I'm still inconsistent. I feel like I position myself to be in places where I'm more likely to die than they are. At least that's what it seems like. So continuing forward, I definitely want to continue coaching, although at a less frequent rate, so that I can take all the time to learn all the skills and develop all the aiming habits and the angle peeking and stuff. But I'll link them down below if you're interested. And Silver 2, here I come.